right, last class session, we started taking a look at sections 12.1 and 12.2, which is congruence through constructions. And I showed you a cool constructions program or app that my iPad has. We talked a little bit about how to use the compasses and protractors. I will help you with that in a moment. We looked at a couple of constructions, and we're going to look at quite a few more today, actually. Before we get to those, we're going to take a look at an example. And in our example, this is example number 3, the directions say for each of the following, find at least one pair of congruent triangles, and then using what we've done so far, tell why they're congruent. This image is certainly not the best because it doesn't have anything labeled on there. So just so that we're all on the same page, let's label them the same. Let's start in the top left-hand corner and call this A, B on the right, and C on the bottom right, the right angle. We'll use D down here on the left, E on the top right, and F on the bottom angle. And I don't have any good ideas on how to make this. Well, you know what? Let me try this differently. We'll call it F inside here so we can see it better. That's better. Okay. So our purpose in this is to get these labeled correctly. The order matters. We talked about that last time. You have to get them in the right order. And then we're going to justify why we believe that we're correct with one of the theorems that we discussed last time. So somebody tell me the correct ordering. I'll write down the first triangle. Hang on. There's triangle A, B, C. So if I get them in the right order, what is the correct order for triangle ABC to be congruent to another triangle? What is it? E, D, F. Okay, so angle A corresponds to angle E, so they have to be in the same order when we write them down. The right angle is angle C and angle F. Those have to be in the same location, and of course also B and D. All right, so using this information, what theorem, this is congruent. The congruent symbol, remember, looks like the tilde with the 2 lines underneath it. What theorem says that these are equal? What is it? It's actually not sine angle side, but let me talk about why on that one in a second. It's not this one. Which one were you thinking, Morgan? Mm-hmm. Yeah, hypotenuse leg will do it for us. Remember, hypotenuse leg is only good for what, Morgan?
The right angles.
Right angles, right triangles, right? Okay, so what is it about side angle side that doesn't work for this one? Does anybody see what's the problem with thinking that one? I mean, there's... Go ahead. Yeah, the angle's not between the 2 sides. If we were actually told that angle as well, then we could certainly use that information. But the angle we're told is not between the 2 sides that we're given the information about. Now, if for some reason that these weren't marked right here, and these were like this, we'll do 2 of them like that, then that would be side angle side, right? It would, yeah. Okay, good deal. Oops. All right, let's try another one. Let me let you guys, this one actually is labeled. I got all my letters on there. So go ahead and write down what you believe the ordering should be. Again, just for the sake of us all writing them down, I'm going to write ABC as our reference point. And I want you to take a second and write down what you believe the congruent triangle is for ABC. This one's going to require more justification than before, just so you know. All right, what's the triangle y'all wrote down? EDC. Does everybody agree? Okay, fabulous. EDC. Now, part of this triangle, there's some congruencies marked. So tell me what angles or sides you see that are congruent marked in this triangle. Okay, so AC is congruent to EC. This is marked, right? You can also call this given. It's given information. What else do you see marked? The 2 right angles. Angle B is congruent to angle D. That's also marked. There is something that is not marked that you do know that is congruent. Yeah, there's a couple of angle C's, right? So I'll label them correctly, like in a correct ordering anyway. Angle BCA is congruent to angle ECD. Why? Oh, we did that last chapter, didn't we? These are vertical angles. And just so you know, vertical is CAL. There's about, I don't know, 5 or 6 of you who don't know that because you kept spelling it CLE on your tests. So, CAL. Now you're all going, was that me? Was that me? All right, vertical angles. And vertical angles are congruent, right? So even though it's not marked, it's these two. So all of those 3 pieces of information together, combined, give us what theorem telling us that that's true then? Angle, side. Okay, we're not writing out a full-out proof here, right? We're just kind of jotting down next to it why we know it's true. There's got to be a reason, or we're probably grasping at straws. Okay, next picture, even more interesting. Okay, I don't even have a triangle ABC here, so somebody give me one of the triangles that you'd like us all to start with. ABD, okay. Okay, so jot down triangle ABD, and then I'd like for you to create what you believe is the congruent triangle to ABD. And I need to tell you, this hash mark here is so ambiguous, but it's supposed to be the entire length AD and the entire length AC. I believe that's right. Yeah. Okay? Everybody good with that? Okay. All right, what then is the triangle that's congruent to ABD? A which? E and then C. Okay, so be careful that they correspond. The reference point, obviously A is corresponding to itself. You guys get that one. But the reference point that's most helpful on this particular one is the angle B and the angle E because they're marked, right? You see those congruent markings. So those do need to be in the same location. Okay, so let's justify what we have. Well, one of it, I just told you at the beginning, is that AD is congruent to AC. I didn't mean angle there. That was terrible. I got carried away. AC. Those are segments. It should be marked with the segment marking on top. AD is congruent to AC, and that's given, right? So you can write given or it's marked, something like that. What else is marked and given? Did I get those written down right, Catherine? AEC and ABD. ABD. I didn't. There, ABD. Now I did. This one's also marked or given, right? But I need 3 conditions in order to have these work. What else do I have in this triangle? I marked those already. I mean, that was the one I just wrote down. Yeah. Angle A. Angle A is congruent to itself. And there is a property that it does have a name. I'm not sure if you guys have seen it or heard of it in a while, but this is called the reflexive property. So it's the same root as the word reflection, right? You look in the mirror, you see a reflection of yourself. You are the same you in the mirror as you are looking at you in the mirror and so forth. Same thing. A is the same as itself. Okay? It's reflexive. So all these 3 pieces of information now, what is it? I don't have 2 sides, so it's not side, angle, side. Angle, side, angle. Yes. Angle, wait. I think it's angle, angle, side, actually. Let's go out in order. So here's one angle, and then the side that's corresponding is this one right here for this triangle. So it would be angle, angle, side. You could call it side, angle, angle if you want, but same thing. Okay, everybody good with that? So am I asking you to write out official, like, formalized proofs? No, but you should be able to justify which angles are congruent and which sides are congruent and have some reasoning for that, okay? All right, we're going to do a construction. We're in fact going to do 3 constructions in a row. Related constructions. I only have 1 slide for this. I think you guys have spaces for them. I hope so, indeed. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to construct a triangle congruent to a given triangle using 3 lengths. So on your paper, what you see is you actually see 3 lengths given. And they're the lengths of the sides of the triangle. And if this is really, side, that is, really going to create congruent triangles, then every single one of you, when you create this triangle using your compass and your protractor, should get a triangle congruent to everybody else. Right? Yeah, we should have the exact same 3 triangle, or the exact same triangle from all of us when we're done. So we're going to do that with those 3 sides.